You gotta love this Gary Thompson out here, John.
He's some player, isn't he?
He's got good size. He's got the hockey instinct. Maybe the best player in this Ormuckle team. On the draw once again, goes right here to Thompson on Cuba. Good check that time by Hallahan. Tries to feather it past to Anderson, who almost checked on Drew. Now Chappelle got bumped there by Kilburn, who went down though. Now Kilburn has it in the center ice area. Rink wide pass here to Mark Dickinson. He got bumped by Carr, and Carr was spun around. Kept in here by Hallahan, just in front of the Ormuckle goal. Final play here to Gary Thompson. Now Thompson here for the Blues, makes a nifty move right at the blue line. Forced to the corner though by McInerney. Anderson plays the two center ice for the Blackcats once again. Now Carr up to Drew, just redirects it to the Blackcat zone. Flipped up by McInerney to the center ice area. Shot back in here by Stubbard. Controlled now by McInerney. That pass knocked down at center ice. Shot back in here by Ormuckle. Rink wide here to David Kilburn. Feathering pass too far for Anderson. Now Tolpaninsky lost it to Anderson. And big stop by Barter. And the play will be called. There is goaltender Barter, John.
Kenny Anderson won the 50-50 draw. Used to quarterback Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm not sure if it's the same guy.
Oh, it might not be, come to think of it.
Might be, though.
Yeah,
the odds are long.
I'm sure.
Against. Face off to the right of Lee Barter. And on the draw, Wentworth is checked by Burns, who in turn was checked. I thought they disallowed those horns, John. Fleming, too far for Burns.
No, there's one on screen.
Now, Wentworth just feathers the pass in the corner here to Murphy. Up to center ice now trying to feed Cameron. Too far for him. Fleming plays it up here to Smith. Burns got bumped. Now Tolpaninsky plays in behind the FHS goal. Ryan McInerney up here to Johnson. Feathering pass here to center ice to Craig Smith now in full flight, being checked over by Cameron. But Smith carries on here for FHS, being checked now by Tolpaninsky, just in front of the goal. Here's a breakdown for Murphy. Murphy take the long shot, caught by Hoyt Hallett. And he'll hold here for FHS once again. While we're down to 14:01 left to go, John, 4-2 FHS.
Well, if the Blackcats win this one, pretty good idea who's going to be starting goaltender in Ormuckle. Boy, he's played well.
Well, Game 4 will be at the King Zero. Game 5 back in this venue. If there's a Game 5 in this series, and Cable 10 Sports will be there for Game 5. Out of the LBR. Of course, the winner plays the winner of Clement Cormier or Matthew Martin. That series right now 1-1. Quick shot there, caught by Hoyt Hallett. Off Ledrew, and after that he dumped Terry Canal for good measure.
Well, you know, whoever comes out of that, Martin or Clement Cormier, is going to be a great hockey team. Because they really are good. That's a good league.
Well, all during the year, John, Matthew Martin's been ranked number 1 in the province. But Clement Cormier with an upset in Game 1. And Matthew Martin winning in Bucktouche in Game 2. Now play to the corner. McInerney, boy, the Ormuckle player Tom's got ridden in the boards heavily. And just fed in front of the Blackcat goal, redirected to center ice. Now Carr had that pass picked off here by Chris Howland. Offside though.
Too bad.
Canal talking to the linesman. You blind, Mr. Official.
Yes, I don't think he said that though. See, University of Maine's in the finals.
The NCAA finals.
Yeah, they right back at it, aren't they? They play Wisconsin or Boston?
I'm not sure. I know they beat Denver. Yeah, that's right. Boston U or Wisconsin, I believe. Yeah.
Because they beat Michigan last night.
Tolpaninsky knocked down here by Hoyt Hallett. Now it's in behind the goal. Stubbard trying to get the puck in front. That was knocked down here by the Blackcats. Fleming though. Up along the glass and up here to Gibson, who can't clear the zone, but it does come outside. Shot in back here by the Blues. Now Canal being checked by Thompson. Played to the corner by Chappelle. Malloy being bumped by Stubbard. Chappelle trying to dig out as well for Ormuckle, and does. Being checked by Terry Canal. In comes Malloy as well, and finally will hold. Now Malloy went down over top of the Ormuckle player, who was rather animated by that little titty-tay in the corner. That was Stubbart, number 4.
Well, Dave, on balance, it's been a pretty controlled hockey game, both teams. You know, you don't want to take...
But I think predicated by the score as much as anything, John.
Yeah, a close game tend to do that. You don't want to be out for... You don't want to miss a game for fighting.
Certainly want to give credit to our Funny Cableton crew. I'll tell you, they've given us some great pitchers here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
From the LBR under somewhat difficult circumstances, of course. We're right in the middle of the crowd.
We're up here isolated right in the middle of the press box.
Now Craig Smith here for FHS. Plays it ahead here to Tommy Johnson now in full flight. Johnson flips it past to Burns and on goal. Just in front of the goal. That was redirected by Carr.
Oh, another great chance missed.
Now they come the other way with Dave Penny. In here for Oromocto. Penny in the corner just in front of the Black Cat goal. Fed through the crease. Now Malloy being checked by Hashi. Kept in though by Carr. In here to the corner. McInerney. Just plays in the corner where it's doubled up here by the Blues. Now Penny to the point here to Carr. Will take the shots redirected by Johnson. But kept in here by LeDrew. In the corner being checked by Hashi. Now here's a chance for Thompson. A shot. That was blocked by Johnson and shot down the ice by the Black Cats. Off the stick of Peter Malloy. Now Carr. Up ahead here trying to feed Thompson or check that Porter behind him. Now Dickinson here for FHS with Anderson. That back pass, Anderson was going the other way, flipped in here by Fleming. In here Dickinson now with Anderson. Anderson a backhander, kicked out by Berter. Pretty good play there by Anderson for FHS. Now Murphy will take the long shot. Played in behind. Now Hoy Hallett. Got jabbed there by Cameron. Now Malloy talking to Mark Cameron. Don't do that to our goaltender. That man right there, Hoyt Hallett. Well, John, this is a very interesting sequence here because we talk about the next goal being so critical. They both went off the scoreboard, but I think, as you suggested earlier, I think the Black Cat supporters certainly holding their breath here. I just saw, looked like Terry Cannell and Murphy exchanging sticks. Figuratively, of course.
More to the point, slashes.
Yeah, slashes. Now, actually, that was McInerney, number 2. Just came back into our pitcher. Been a big addition for FHS here in the second half with Ryan McInerney. Great skater. And he's been a big factor on their defense. Now Fleming in the corner being bumped there off the puck. Now it's in behind the Black Cat goal. Murphy trying to get the puck in front, was redirected here by Fleming to the corner. Now here comes Kilburn. Rink wide to Dickinson. Dickinson back to Kilburn. Kilburn got checked though by Toponinsky. Yeah, pretty nifty play to check on David Kilburn. Now McInerney was over back in here for FHS. Played ahead here by Cameron to the corner. Cameron got nailed. And
penalty, I think.
Interference could be the call. Well, I think Kilburn's going to be called. There's the guilty Black Cat, David Kilburn. And tell you, John, the hair of Mark Francis is blonde. Well, that'll turn to gray as quick as anything.
Yeah, not a good time to take a penalty.
The interference penalty, he just nailed the Oromocto player. Mark Cameron did, David Kilburn. And when you haven't got the puck, you can't do that.
No. Quite amazing out there. Watch tonight. Mark Dickinson is always around the puck. You notice that? Where the puck is, he is.
Well, I think him and John Burns, interchangeable, John. They both play very similar type game. Very similar type players.
Yep.
Stubborn down the corner. Interference is the call, and they hold in the corner. Well, this might be a very critical power play here for Oromocto High School. A key juncture in this game, I think, is this sequence, this power play.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, both ways. If Oromocto doesn't score, it's critical to them. If they do score, critical to the Black Cats.
Face off to the left of Hoyt Hallett. wave out Stubbart. Now to take the draw will be Adam Chappelle. And he wins the draw. Back to LeDrew. LeDrew just fed through the crease, redirected by Thompson. A bump there by Hallahan. Now Stubbart just in front of the goal, trying to feed Carr, who was pinching it from the left point. Now Thompson being checked by Burns in the corner. Dixon plays it to the far corner. Now Stubbart just in front here, trying to feed the point, was redirected to center ice. Now Carr here for Oromocto High School to LeDrew. That went off the skate of Burns. LeDrew plays up here to Stubbart. Number 4, Stubbart to LeDrew. Makes a pretty nifty play to get the puck over to Troy. LeDrew, who now has it inside the zone, feathering pass ahead to Chappelle. Chappelle puts on the brakes in the corner. Back here now to Carr, and
oh, another bad play by Carr.
Carr didn't handle that one very well.
No.
Now LeDrew back here to Carr. Number 18, or 23 rather, up ahead, played to the zone by Chappelle. Now McInerney behind the goal in the far corner. That's Thompson checking on Malloy. Here comes Chappelle as well, trying to dig it out. Puck still in that corner, and finally call now Malloy and Thompson exchanging pleasantries. Well, John, we should once again acknowledge our Funding Cable Tank crew. Vince Green, Corn in the truck, Chris Allworth, Daryl Cinnamon, Warren Reynoldean, Jody Drost, Jamie Wilson, Jonathan Mogard, Darren Donovan, David Murray. Here at the LBR, I'm Dave Rich along with John Creasy, and our producer, Terry Cannell, Sr., the father of number 10, Terry Cannell, for FHS. Face off, one here by the Blues. Now Topaniski gets shot, redirected. That went off, I think, Malloy, right to the Black Cat goaltender. So all he had to do was smother the puck, and he did very nicely. Should mention, John, upon the conclusion, we will have our players of the game.
Yeah, whether or not we're going to be able to get them to come over and talk to us,
it might be
story.
A very tricky circumstance. Of course, our headset right adjacent to the Oromocto bench. The Canadians, Oromocto player of the game here tonight. And of course, the Cab Submarine, FHS player of the game here tonight. Now, Topaniski will play it into the corner and behind the Black Cat goal in the far corner. Peter Malloy into Thompson, back to Malloy in the corner, to the point now to Wentworth. In here to Malloy once again in behind the goal. Malloy trying to feed Penny, he was checked, and the puck goes to Chris Howland, who gets it off to center ice. Now Topaniski plays it into the Black Cat bench, and then he dumped Cannell. Did Topaniski, and Cannell looking over the referee. Help me, Mr. Official. He's on wounded knee as number 10.
Well, I see the...
I don't think you want to mess with Topaniski, John.
Probably not. Probably not. There's a gentleman I saw in the canteen from Oromocto.
As we pan the arena. Tell you, a great crowd here tonight. There's a Canadian supporter. And in fact, John, just out of our picture there a moment ago was the mayor of New Maryland, David Weasel, and his wife Cheryl is a teacher at Oromocto High School. Of course, David's an FHS alumnus wearing the FHS colors, and wife Cheryl wearing the OHS colors. Played up here to center ice now. That shot caught by Hoyt Hallett, or knocked down by Hoyt Hallett. It's in behind the goal. Now Fleming got checked though by Penny, who didn't know he had the puck. Johnson to Fleming. Lost it to Penny, but gobbled up here by Johnson. Tommy Johnson in here for FHS. Puts on the brakes as Johnson in front here to Smith off his stick. Kept in though here by Hashi. A backhander was knocked down by Carr. Now play to the corner here by the Cats. That's Smith in behind. Trying to get the puck out to Dickinson, and Smith got checked. Now Peter Malloy being checked though by Tommy Johnson. Malloy just plays it to the Black Cat zone. Gobbled up here by Smith. Ahead down to Dickinson. Off the boards to center ice here to Johnson. Avoids one check, but lost the puck here to Penny. Penny back here to number 18. LeDrew just played it to center ice. Now Fleming trying to play it ahead. Fleming got a bit of a stick there from LeDrew. Played in here by Porter. Graham Hashi now for the Cats. Up along the boards here. Terry Cannell just plays it to center ice. Cameron got bumped by Dickinson. Now Topolinsky. He'll just play it to the corner. And in behind, Hoy Hall will just leave it there, and pick up the puck was the Ormunkton player Cameron. Now kept in here by Topolinsky's shot. That's just knocked down in front. Murphy in the corner. Plays in behind the goal now. That is Porter being checked. The Cats don't have it. Played to center ice and down to the center ice. That went off a stick that was on the ice. And Canal just flattened Wentworth. Now played to the Ormunkton zone. Topolinsky, number 3, in behind the goal. Up here to Murphy, ahead down to Cameron in the center ice area. He got bumped over by Kilburn.
Boy, he got careened.
And Cameron's still down.
Yeah, Kilburn laid a hit on him.
Did he ever? There's Mark Cameron.
Who was that truck?
Who is he?
Where am I?
Check a number. I don't think you would want to tangle with David Kilburn, though. Of course, we talked about Kilburn playing football for the high school Blackcats. That time, John, he laid a pretty good tackle on the Ormunkton player.
He laid a pretty good hit on him.
Face off just off the outside the blue line. 7 minutes remain in this third period. 4-2 Blackcats, looking to prolong this to a game 4 this series.
Boys, I'll tell you, Brady Moore's done a great job tonight.
Yes, he has. He's done a terrific job. Now Carr, I've always thought that Moore's one of the better officials.
Moore and O'Toole are the two guys I look to.
Yeah, played up here by McInerney into center ice. Now Carr up here to Thompson, now to Stubbart, and got met there by Hallahan right at the blue line. Played back in here by FHS. Now Carr being watched by Dickinson. Into the far corner, Chappelle. Off the end, Borg, get right to the Blackcat player. Quick shot there, kicked it by Burr, the rebound. Knocked out by the Ormunkton goaltender.
Well, you can't believe they didn't score on that.
Well, I don't think Chappelle's going to try that play again.
No.
He banged it off the end, Borg, expecting that thing to go in behind the goal, John, and lo and behold, came right out to the Blackcat player. Dickinson, who had a great chance, and a big stop by Lee Burder.
You know something, I would be curious, in this rink, what the number of goals are that are scored in that end, the big board end versus the other end. I bet it's not even. I bet there's more goals scored down here than up there.
Of course, you have a better point of reference, I think, with that big board as well.
Well, that's what I mean. You get some odd bounces off of that thing.
Now Johnson will double it back in here for the Blackcats. It goes in behind the Ormunkton High School goal. Wentworth, that pass knocked down here by Burns, just fed in front of the goal. Now Topolinsky here for Ormunkton. Here up to kept in here, that shot there by Malloy. Now Dickinson just in front, doubled up here by Topolinsky. Rink Y here to Bobby Thompson, now to Penny. Penny into the zone, back to Thompson. Waited too long, got checked by Johnson. But kept near the point though by Wentworth, who partially fanned on that shot, goes right to Hoy Hallett. Now McInerney trying to clear the zone, kept in here by Topolinsky, now into Bobby Thompson, who's being checked and flipped out here to center ice now by FHS. Now Wentworth to the center ice here. The Blackcats on a line change and almost got caught with too many men. Played it back in here by Fleming. Now to the far corner it goes. Thompson avoids a check. Canal just plays it through the corner. That's Smith checking on the Ormunkton player Topolinsky. Kept in here by Fleming. Now Topolinsky once again checking on Smith. Can't clear the zone, fine, but they will with Peter Malloy. But now Jeff Malloy will dump it to the corner. Wentworth here for Ormunkton, number 5. He avoids a check, and the Blackcat player went over top of Wentworth. Goes right here to a goaltender, Barter. Now Topolinsky in behind the goal for the Blues, and he's on top of the puck, and the play will be called. As you look at the play in behind the goal. You have to spell that name, John, but we're just picking our players of the game. Got a little bit of time left to go, though. And I think there's going to be a timeout being called by somebody. A discussion in front of the Ormunkton bench. I think they're wondering who called the timeout. Because there seemed to be a whole lot of debate with Brady Moore and both benches. I guess it's going to be Oromocto High School is going to be charged with the timeout. As you look at some of the Black Cat bench now, Scott McTavish and Mark Francis in there. They're saying, hang on to this lead. Let's force a game 4. I've never seen Scott quite so animated, John, as he is tonight. Mark, very quiet.
Sorry, Dave, I had the headset off.
There's your Oromocto bench.
Now, you're going to go with these?
That sounds all right to me.
I guess we're going to go with I'm not going to tell you who it is, actually.
Well, we'll wait for a little bit. Of course, Daryl Saint-Amand says, give me the player of the games now. Of course, if our truck had their way, John, they'd be hitting the players after the first period.
Yeah.
They want plenty of lead time.
We're commentators, not predictors.
Face off to the right of goaltender Lee Barter. 4:51 remains in this game. The Black Cats had 4-2. Looking to force us to a game 4. They trail in the series 2-9 up to this point. Played up along the boards here to the corner. Now kept it by Malloy. That shot redirect just in front. Tompaninsky over here to Thompson. Up here to Chappelle now. He lost it to Jeff Malloy, who plays the 2 center ice. Shot back in here by Wentworth, and Stubber got the worst of that exchange. He got the puck and also got a bit of a stick right at the blue line. That man right there, Robert Stubber, number 4. And a little bit worse for wear is the Oromocto player as he went off the ice.
Four minutes, 31 seconds to go. To get the Black Cats really back in this series, they would then trail 2-1.
With game 4 in Oromocto.
Yeah, that's the tough part. They've got to go back out to Oromocto and win that one.
This does remind me of 1991, John, and hopefully, I'm sure the Black Cats are thinking, hopefully for them.
Well, that's right, because the Cats won the 4th game in Oromocto in overtime.
I hope they can pull off the same scenario because they were down that series as well, 2-0. And that series, of course, propelled them to the provincial AAA final against Louis J. Robichaud. We won't remind the folks out there who won that series.
No, but that was that was 2 great back-to-back series.
It went 7 games, and game 7 was in this rink. And there were some pretty downcast Black Cat players upon the conclusion.
Well, it was relatively downcast announcers at the conclusion of that game. I felt badly that night.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be it that year.
Now play the corner. Hallahan being checked in the corner by the Oromocto player, and Thompson there as well. That was Chappelle, number 16, I believe, in there for Oromocto. Or no, that's Bobby Thompson. We'll see his number here. Who was that player? That's Chappelle. I was right the first time. Well, John.
I thought Chappelle's had a great...
yeah, he's played well. I think Gary Thompson's been a key player. I think Tompaninsky's had a great hockey game.
Evidently.
Brothers played pretty well.
I don't disagree with you on your choice.
We haven't named them yet, though, John.
No. And I don't disagree with you, but I was a little bit surprised.
Now Carr, feathering past it to Chappelle. Here to Penny now, trying to feed Thompson was checked. Dickinson got bumped there by Carr. Now Thompson will play it to the zone here for Oromocto High School. Ryan McInerney, number 2, to the far corner now. Played up here by Kilburn, but shot back in here by the Blues. McInerney to Kilburn. Up ahead to Dickinson. He got checked out by Carr. Now played in here by McInerney. Right here to Barter, who just plays it up here, trying to feed Chappelle, who's going off the ice. Now LeDrew will dump it in here for Oromocto to the corner. That is Malloy for FHS being bumped gingerly by Porter. And kept in by, where were the shot? Kicked out here by Hoyt Hallett. Now kept in here though by the Blues, but subsequently picked up here by the Black Cats. And flipped to center ice down to Craig Smith. Smith into the zone now. Smith in on goal is being checked out by Tompaninsky very effectively. And played to the corner, and They're just trying to freeze it. Kilburn will play it into the corner once again. Smith and in on Toponinsky, and a finally called by Grady Moore. 2:46 remains.
Well, I think the Black Cats have really played a good game tonight in light of the fact that late in the first period, Andrew Bruce was put out of the game for checking from behind, and I don't think there's anybody that follows this team that doesn't realize that Bruce is one of their very key players, and they've had to play all of the second, all of the third period without him, and a good part of the first.
On the face-off control now by Toponinsky here for Oromocto High School. Number 3. Up here to Thompson. Too far for him. Some of the Black Cats thought that might have been icing. Now Chris Howland being checked by Thompson. Howland once again, though, kept in by Toponinsky very effectively to the corner, but finally played out here to center ice by FHS. Canal being spun around by Thompson. Canal just plays it to an open wing. Wentworth now here for the Blues. We're down to 2:14 and counting. Up ahead, that pass knocked down. Here's a chance now for Penny. Penny in on goal, a shot! Oh, way over top of the goal. Now Smith for FHS. To Chris Howland ahead here to Canal. We'll take the long shots off the goal. And the bounce shot goes right back here and caught by Barter. And he'll hold for the face. I'll tell you that time, John, Penny got a little too fancy, I thought.
Yeah,
looking
a little
for the
bit.
upper, looking for the upper corner.
Yeah, go the direct route. There's a few people out here that think, you viewers, you think you know who the Frederick player of the game is, but you may be surprised.
Well, Terry Canal looking for the players of the game as well, John.
Well, you can write it on the envelope and give it to him.
Well, thank you, John.
All right, I'll write it on the envelope.
And on the draw, that is Wentworth being checked out by the Black Cat player in behind. Now Toponinsky here for Oromocto. Up to Chappelle. Being watched by Johnson. Over here to Gary Thompson. In the center ice area, he'll double right towards Hoy Hallett. And it goes into the mesh in behind the Black Cat goaltender. What's going to face off to the right? 1:38 remains in game 3. And it looks like there's going to be a game 4 in this series. 4-2 FHS. Of course, if there's a game 5, it will be in this rink. And Finding Cable 10 Sports will be there to bring game 5 to you. I certainly want to thank Terry Canal. On the face-off now, back here to Carr. Carr in towards goal is checked by Johnson. Up ahead here to Dickinson. Dickinson in a goal, a shot! Carr by Burner. That thing was labeled.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark Dickinson's a kid tonight that certainly got a lot of consideration for me for player of the game. But
that thing was labeled, John, for the upper corner.
Yeah, he's played well tonight.
But Burner with the stop there for Oromocto High School. Well, I think we can name our players of the game, John. We're down to 127, unless there's a miracle finish here. Anton Toponinsky is our Oromocto player of the game here tonight. The Canadians Oromocto player of the game here tonight. And John Burns is our Black Cat Captain Submarine player of the game here tonight.
John Burns, their leading scorer, in the playoffs, and he's got 2 assists tonight. Played a terrific game on the power play, on penalty killing, regular shift. He's been just a dynamo tonight for them.
And as well, I think, John, Mark was talking. You were talking about Mark.
Mark Dickinson, yeah.
Has been certainly a big factor tonight for the Black Cats.
And no, we haven't forgotten Tommy Johnson.
Yeah.
2 goals tonight.
Shot knocked down here by Barter. Now Wentworth here for the Blues. Feathering pass over here to Chappelle. Up here now to Stubbert. To Thompson. That's offside. And that's the way it's gone here tonight for the Blues.
Well, we were talking about it between periods, and Mike Power said, really, the Blues have not got the bounces. And really, they haven't got the bounces tonight.
Well, I'd
say the Black Cats probably got the favorable bounces.
I think that sequence right there, John, is this game sort of in microcosm, because Thompson had looked like a beeline to the goal, and he overskated the puck, and as a result, they put the Blues on the offside. Instead of a potential scoring chance, they have to drop the puck outside the zone.
Well, I don't think this game tonight give the Blues any great cause for concern.
Well, they played well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not like they got beaten 8-2 or something.
Nice shot by LeDrew just off the goal and flipped into the crowd by the Black Cats once again.
Basically, after I say after the first period, you know, they both scored one goal.
Well, as we talked about the goaltending in the first period, John, a little bit shaky, I think, for Burner, but second and third periods, he's played very well. And I think Hoy Hall's been a big factor for the Black Cats in this entire game.
Well, you know, I think Burner giveth and taketh away from the Black Cats. He gave him a couple of easy ones, but then he stonewalled him after that.
From the end of the first period on, he's played very well.
Yeah.
Timeout being called here by FHS. Well, they're down to 55 ticks remaining. That team right there on the screen, the Oromocto High School Blues, looking to end their series tonight. Otherwise, they go back to Kings Arrow for Game 4. And the Black Cats can prevail in Game 4. We go to a Game 5 in this rink.
And then you better come early, I'll tell you that, because if you get a crowd like this for the third game, just imagine what the fifth game would draw.
I would suspect, John, tonight they've had about 1,500. If I had to guess.
Well, she's about as packed as
it gets here at the LBR. Well, this is very much like Oromocto, or very much like UMB and St. Thomas. The high school version of.
You really like to mention that, don't you?
LeDrew into the corner.
You could let that rest.
McInerney get the puck by LeDrew. Here's a 2-on-1 now for the Black Cats. Dickinson in here with Johnson. Johnson over to Dickinson. They score!
Whoa, what a play. What a play.
Well, if there was any doubt before, it's been dispelled.
That was
19-11.
Boy, that was pretty.
We go to a Game 4.
Is that Tom Johnson got that?
No, it was Dickinson from Tommy Johnson.
All right.
Well, we talked about Dickinson's strong performance tonight and Tommy Johnson as well. Well, the Black Cat cheerleaders have reason to cheer tonight.
That's right.
The Cats are going to win this game. They're ahead 5-2.
Yep, shake those bombs.
Look at the Funding Cableton scoreboard. So they'll tee it up again in Oromocto. Looking for a Game 5 is FHS. Now McInerney into the zone now. McInerney spun around there by Wentworth, played to the corner. Now Smith being checked by Topaninsky and smothered here by Burner. Well, this has been a great defensive game, John, I think for the most part, outside of the first period. And it looked like the Black Cats for a while were playing kitty bar on the door. And when Hoyt Helen had to come to the challenge, he did.
You know what the real thing with the Black Cats tonight? They played 60 minutes of hockey. They played solid hockey from the drop of the puck to now. And that's why basically they won this thing 5-2.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, John, we can talk to our players of the game upon the conclusion. Anton Topaninsky here for Oromocto. And John Burns is our Black Cat, Captain Submarine, player of the game. Of course, the Canadians given the Oromocto Player Award. Play to the corner now. That's Cameron here for Oromocto High School Blues. Mark Cameron now in the center ice area. Lost it. Murphy in here in the corner of Thompson. They're counting on the seconds and it's over.
Uh-oh.
Now, Porter got bumped there at the end of the game. But cooler heads prevail. 5-2 is the final. Just getting the shots on goal. 46-31, I believe, are the shots on goal in this game. I got that correctly. No, I guess 36.
36. But I don't know what the Blues had.
8 in the third period, 31.
Okay.
I think this testimony, John, to the goaltending of both Jonathan Hoyt Hallett and Lee Burner, and Mark Francis and Daryl Smith in a bit of an animated discussion. Well, as they were shaking hands there, Francis and Daryl Smith got in a bit of a verbal exchange.
Well, now that's bizarre.
hopefully we can talk to John Burns and Anton as well.
Well, I'll tell you, John Burns played a real gritty game tonight.
Yeah.
He really did. I watched him. He killed penalties, power play, regular shift. He played really well, and not to overlook Tommy's 2 goals.
Well,
but I thought Burns all round
certainly want to thank
player of the game, my book.
Certainly want to thank Terry Cannell. For sure, John.
Yep.
If he can get Anton, it'd be great, but
well, I don't know what the odds are of that.
well, John, we do have John Burns for sure. He's got the headset on over there. We'll talk to John here in a moment. A great performance tonight by number 6 for sure, and for the Blackhawks to extend us to a Game 4 situation in Oromocto. So when I get my cue from the truck, we'll have a little chit-chat with John Burns from FHS.
Yeah, you really got to like the way he played tonight.
Well, certainly a very gritty performance.
Yeah, he and Tommy and Mark Dickinson, I thought really and Hoyt Hallett.
Well, that's right.
Hoyt Hallett doesn't play the way he plays tonight. This could have been a
sweep.
Yeah, this could have been a 6-5 game again. You know.
I'm just waiting for the truck to give me instructions here. We'll talk to John Burns here about this very critical Game 3 victory, of course. Everything now is sudden death for FHS, John, from here on in.
Well, yeah.
Well, there's John. Can you hear me, John?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, we just talked about this being so critical for the Blackcats, and you're down 2-0. What was said before the game here tonight among the players?
We just said that we got to start playing as a team, start passing the puck well, and we got to start forechecking. We started doing two on their player. We're doing 1 on theirs and taking the wingers out so they can pass the puck up the wings.
Tell me about your team meeting. Apparently you had a team meeting as opposed to a practice on the Thursday night.
On Thursday we had one after school. We just talked about playing as a team. We talked about sticking together and not getting into a bunch of crap at the end of the game. And just like we were kind of disappointed ourselves up in Oromocto. We didn't play very well disciplined at the end of the game. And we were kind of disappointed. We just told us to stick together instead of fighting and stuff at the end of the game.
Has Oromocto surprised you, John, in this series and what they've done here in the postseason?
They've improved a lot. They play really hard. They play a really good defensive game, and they got that Penny and Thompson, and they play a really good offense. They take care of the offense, and they really forecheck, and they clutch and grab, and they play that kind of style of the game, and it's really hard to play, get going in the game.
How much of a factor do you think, John, is the fact that you guys really haven't had a tough series up to this point? And, of course, Oromocto's played Edmonton, a real tough series, a 5-game series. You guys have played Kennebec, which was a 3-game sweep. How much of a factor has that been for you guys?
That's a big factor for us to get back in the swing of things. And the last game we played, a hard game we played against was Oromocto. Like the last game of the season, we beat them 3-2. And we've been really dead. Like the last third period, we just don't know how to win lately. And tonight we finally pulled one out.
Can this team win in Oromocto?
Yeah, we can win Oromocto easy.
Okay, John. Great game tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, our player of the game here tonight for FHS, John Burns. John, I tell you, a very, very well-spoken young man is that man.
Knows the game, doesn't he?
He knows the game very well. He had the game plan right on. The Blackcats had to come out here and play tough defensively, and they did, and they won the game they had to win.
Well, and again, I think the 60 minutes of hockey they played tonight. Well, I think both teams played 60 minutes of hockey. I mean,
it was I think a very typical playoff game. Get off to I think both teams were a little bit nervous at the beginning of this game here tonight, John. But certainly the way this game evolved, and it became a very good hockey game. And I think it had this big crowd on the really on the edge of their seats.
Well, it had us on the edge of our seats. It was a great game, and the Blackcats did what they had to do. They would not give Oromocto that third goal, and by denying them the chance to make it 4-3, they kept the game under their control instead of letting Oromocto get control of the game.
Well, John, I don't see the Oromocto player Anton Topolnitsky, so we'll just give him credit for being our player of the game here tonight, for the Canadians player of the game here tonight for Oromocto High School. Of course, John Burns, you met up close and personal. So the final score here tonight, the Blackcats 5 and Oromocto High School 2. This series goes to a Game 4 in Oromocto. And if there's a Game 5 in this series, it will be played right in this rink, and Pontiac Cableton Sports will be there for Game 5. So for all the crew members here from the LBR, this is Dave Richards saying so long for John Creaser. The final score here, once again, FHS 5, Oromocto 2. Good evening and welcome to Funny Cable 10's coverage of Hockey Night in Fredericton. Dave Richard here with John Creaser. You see those people on the screen, on the van, waving to the camera. And John Creaser in the blue and green, very colorful as always. John, tonight, the Hockey West game involving the Woodstock Warriors and the FHS Black Cats, a whole new setup this year in high school. Bruce will play it to the corner. Now Gartley here for Woodstock being bumped by Andy Bruce. Hughes can't clear the zone now. Canal, quick shot, they score!
Well, they finally scored on this kid, but he put on a tremendous show before they finally did.
Well, Terry Canal will get it.
Yeah.
At 14-10 on the power play, John. There was a case where Mark Hughes just coughed it up inside the defensive zone, and Canal, that man right there, you might say he is ubiquitous as well, and he picked up a loose puck and beat Chris Ward to the blocker side. 1-0 FHS on the power play.
Well, Ward had no chance on that.
No, talk a backhander. Shriver in there as well, being checked by Smith. The puck's still in that corner now, played up through the boards, kept in here by Sarge. Will take the shot. Knocked out by Hallett.
Was that kid got a shot?
And we had a problem just in front of the goal after that stop by Hallett, and it was Hashi, number 3. And I think it was. As you look at David Cass, he's been with the program, John, forever, it seems like. There's Mark Francis. There's David, also works with the St. Thomas Thomas. There's Scott McTavish. And they didn't come any rougher defensively than Scott McTavish.
No. Not since Jack Drover retired.
Yeah. Now Anderson into the zone. Anderson in on goal. Jeff Malloy now for FHS. Plays the 2 center ice trying to feed Smith, who was being checked by Ferguson. Now Smith went after Matthews, and Smith got the worst of that exchange. So Hallahan bumps on Halsey in the corner. Now play to the point here. That shot was blocked by Anderson. Here comes the Black Cats 2-1 now here with Smith and Dickinson. Smith will take the shot. Let's whistle high and wide. Now Bale was dumped by Malloy. Plays called.
Boy, Pawsley just took an awful shot from
well, Malloy's
number
down
18.
Hallahan.
Oh, Hallahan just decked him.
But I think the penalty, John, is going to involve Hallahan, I believe.
You know what? I thought that was a...
Flipped out here, 2 center ice down to Greason. That pass picked up by Anderson now for FHS. Anderson trying to make a power move, was finally checked by Wilcox, still on the boards. Now, it's at the side of the goal. Anderson was spun around. Back, they score! Well, Timmy Gibson will get it, number 8. And opportunist, 11. Left to go here in period number 3. The Cats ahead 2-1. Clark, feathering shot, the rebound, they score! Wow, that thing just dribbled. A knuckleball. And the Cats strike. And with the goal, I believe it was Timmy Gibson once again, number 8. Shot over top of the goal. Looking for the upper corner was Tom Johnson, who still has it now in the corner now. Johnson in behind the goal here for FHS. Looking for a player to pass the puck. He does here to Anderson. Quick shot there, they score! Well, that shot there by Anderson was deflected off a Pingree player. Caution now in here for Pingree, and I'm not sure if he scored or not. I guess he scored. And there's a fight now just in front. And all heck breaks loose after this sequence. Anderson there for FHS. And Howell shaking up as well. Now Malloy. And now I think we have a full-scale brawl here now. A Pier 6 brawl on Malloy. And Capacia. we're ready for game 3 of the Provincial Class AAA High School quarterfinal here tonight. The goaltenders in goal tonight for the FHS Black Cats, Jonathan Hoyt-Hallett. In goal tonight for Canada Cases, Glenn Hurst. The referee tonight is Darren Dunnett. The linesman, Ted Cadet, and Andrew Carruthers. And John, they're coming into the LBR. The Black Cats are missing 3 players tonight. Andrew Bruce, David Kilburn, and the third individual is Greg Hallahan. As you look at Hoyt-Hallett getting the call here tonight for Mark Francis. In fact, this was his first game in this series. Chris Ricker has played the previous 2 games.
Can't believe my good fortune here. I got an easy chair until I go over backwards on it. Well, this has been the...
And I suppose the biggest upset up to this point in terms of Hockey Night in Fredericton would be St. Thomas beating UNB. Certainly we do offer congratulations to the University de Moncton Aigle Bleu for winning the National CIAU Hockey Championship. The best in the country, John, the AUAA.
As Rob Knizzaric predicted, you know.
Yeah. On the short side, quick shot there by Dickinson. Another shot. They score!
Well, that didn't take a long time.
Well, Tommy Johnson with that one. Good work there by Mark Dickinson as well at 34 ticks. 1-0 Cat. Victory for FHS. Down the ice it goes. Hurst going for his skate. Now Cannell will pick up that shot. Now just in front of the quick shot there. Knocked out, but here's the rebound. They score.
Oh, that's...
Well, John, opportunistic. Hurst made the first stop. And Burns with the goal at 1:49.
Pardon my lack of enthusiasm, but the goaltender
Well,
should have covered that.
He didn't have it. He thought he had a John, but didn't. Lo and behold, he got burned.
By?
John Burns.
Right.
At 1:49, the Cat cheerleaders now waving their pom-poms. They're ahead 2-0.
Boy, that paints a picture.
Now Johnson, Howland plays it into the corner to Johnson, being checked though. Now Smith here for FHS. Smith, a backhander, they score! That will be a power play goal at 4:20. There was 1 second remaining. There's a goal scorer. There was 1 second remaining on that power play for the Cats. And John, they're up 3-0.
Well, I'll tell you what Canada Cases has to be thankful for is that Seth Bowen retired last year.
Well, there are the pom-poms again.
Because if he were playing against this team,
with a little bit more zest.
there'd be no end to it.
3-0 now. Played up here to center ice now to Johnson. For FHS, Tommy Johnson makes a nifty move. Johnson, a goal!
Oh.
They score!
I'll tell you, that's about the nicest goal of the year.
Well, that's a highlight right there.
What a super. Well, actually, that's Johnson's hat trick, too.
Yeah. Well, Craig thought he had the lock on the Player of the Game award, John, for offensively. Well, no, not right yet. There's Tommy Johnson with a hat trick here in the first period.
That was so beautiful.
At 10:50
Now, surely that's unseen.
for Gibson. Now Howland in here for FHS, getting bumped there by Sears. O'Donnell up here to center ice now to Gillis. Into the corner now, goes in behind the Cats goal. That's Conley going after here for Canada Cases. Lost it. Now Cannell in here for FHS. Cannell, quick shot. They score. What a gorgeous goal.
On his knees when he scored.
What a gorgeous goal by Terry Cannell.
The picture book.
At 19:32, John, and right there was just, that's the epitome of hard work by Terry Cannell.
That's not going to make him pop.
Pinpoint saying that maybe the team came together as a team. Was there a point in this schedule this year that you really felt comfortable as a team?
I think when we went up to the Sydney tournament after all the stuff that happened, I think when we went up to the Sydney tournament, I think we all just pulled together as a team up there, and we played really good the first game. And then a couple people got injured, but we still went out every game and really played hard. And I think that's where we really came together.
Andrew, I've got to ask you this. I sort of hate. I know it's a tough whole situation to think about. Of course, what's happened this year with the team and all this. How hard has that been on you guys as players?
it was really hard there for a while. For about a month, it was like when one player is affected by it, it's like he takes like 3 or 4 players down with him, and there's like since there was 2 of the tragedies, like it affected like every player on the team.
I
It
know.
took about a month.
I noticed that Bill Chernov was in the ring tonight. How much of an impact has he had down to see him up and around?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, we went up to talk to him tonight at the game. He's doing good, but he still looks a bit different. But it's good to see him back.
Why are you wearing civvies and not Black Cat colors tonight?
Oh, I hurt my back against OHS last game we played against them, and I guess every game it's just got a little worse. And I went to the chiropractor today, and he said maybe that I should take this game off since we're just playing KV, and I don't know. It's just I don't really want to injure it in a series playing a team like this.
Are you thinking Andrew for Hallett?
Yeah, but that wasn't played well. KB had more time and didn't take
Yeah,
it.
but that shot, I think, surprised Hoyt Hallett. Well, there's the commentators, John, on the screen, and there's a word of the game, rambunctious.
Pretty much sums up us, too, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's John Creaser with the white jacket to my right.
It's a good-looking one.
To your left on your screen with the bearded one, the gregarious one, the truck says.
The GNU of HNIF.
H-Sniff.
I refuse to call it that.
Yes, you do. Or a niff, as Mitch likes to call it.
Yeah.
The side of the goal, quick shot there, and another shot there, knocked down here by Berube. He'll spot here for Kennebecasis.
He looks fine. I'm telling you, the coach has got...
Bang.
Well, Rob was
Good
a
guest.
panelist. He was great.
Yeah.
Very articulate guy.
There's
Completely
Berube.
out of place in timeout.
Berube with the color scheme, the blue color scheme.
And as I say, he predicted Moncton to win the Canadian, and they did.
As did John Creaser. Not the Canadian, but certainly the AUAA. Fact noted by Bruce Hallahan. Nice goal there
Oh, too bad. Yeah,
by Chernoff.
that's too bad, because that went right through the wickets.
Well, Alex Chernoff with that one at 11:08. You don't see Alex scoring a whole lot of goals that time, John, but he moved in that time and made Kennebecasis pay. And now talking with Scott McTavish. So, Scotty, you did it when you played for St. Thomas at FHS. Well, I did it tonight. Now the pom-poms once again being worked over by the Kitty Cats to the right of the Black Cat bench. Hoyt Hallett.
He's played well.
Every game I've seen him play, John, he's played well. There's Mark Francis, a former goaltender himself.
Yeah, some renown.
Played for the Black Cats in the early 80s. By Hashi, and ahead here to Chris Hallett once again. Nice pass to Clark. Well, take the shot, they score! Well, somehow that got through the legs of Berube.
Well, I'll tell you, now a funny thing happened on that shot. I'm trying to get the number. Where is it?
At 17:05, the time of that goal, by that man right there, Wade Clark. A couple Black Cats went in a little too quickly for Tommy Johnson. Was forced outside the zone. Once now, Johnson will come inside the zone here for FHS. He went down to 2 of our Moncton High School players. Now Topolnitsky plays to the corner, trying to feed Murphy went down. Now Johnson shot. They score!
Oh! Barner never saw that. Never saw that coming. Or going. Well, you know, a guy that's impressed me a lot, just watching him tonight and watching the scoring summaries, is John Burns.
He's played well tonight. Quick shot there, nice save by Barner. Now the backhander. They score!
Well, another strange one, kind of.
Well, Chris Hallett will get that one at 15:50. And illustrious Cracker Jack Funding Cableton crew in the truck, of course, Mitch Greencorn, along with Chris Allworth. We have Daryl St. Amon. We have Warren Rendell-Dean. We have Jody Drost. We have Jamie Wilson. We have Jonathan Mogard. I'm Dave Ritchie along with John Creaser. And our producer for our Black Cat portion of Hockey Night in Fredericton, of course, is Terry Cannell. As you look at some of the spectators here at the LBR tonight. 3-1 FHS. There's a powwow, John, on the part of the Blues.
Well, don't know.
Cat bench, Scott McTavish, a former Black Cat of considerable renown. Mark Francis to his left, to our right. Now Scott talking to the two defensemen, Hashi and McInerney. Of course, Mark, a former goaltender at FHS in the early 80s. Scott McTavish, of course, John, very prominent defenseman with FHS, and also went on to play with St. Thomas University, played junior hockey for a year. So those two individuals have some credentials as hockey people for sure.
Well, defensively anyway.
And on the draw, it's controlled by the Cats in behind the goal now. John Burns for FHS. Plays up to center ice, shot back in here by Carr for the Blues. Now Jeff Malloy, number 26. The brother of Peter Malloy, number 2 for Ormukta High School tonight. So an interesting, intriguing matchup. Burns plays back to Malloy. He got checked by almost his brother Peter, as we just talked about those two. Played to the corner by Barter. Now Johnson in behind the goal to Canal. Trying to jam it up. Now Johnson back in. They score!
Well, that's a big, big goal, I believe.
Well, Tommy Johnson. Of course, in straight games. Ormukta beat St. Malachy's out of St. John in straight games.
That's right. I think that St. John thing's a bit of a farce.
Penny over here in front of the goal. Big stop
big
there
save.
by Hoy Hallett. Porter. What a great chance there for the Blues. It remains 4-1. That time, Andrew Porter got denied by that man, Jonathan Hoyt Hallett.
Great.
Now it's in behind the goal. He just fit through the crease. Now we have a scrum. I think they give the other assist to Barter, I believe.
No, Malloy and Carr.
Oh, Carr, I guess. And there's a problem, John, just in front of the Ormukta goal, and it got rather nasty. A cat took a swing at the linesman. That might be a no-no.
Well, I don't think he realized that was the linesman.
Well, I think he's appealing because he felt that his face guard had been, I think that's Tommy Johnson, is it not? Yes, that's Johnson. He may be called for that little indiscretion. He was trying to get the attention of the official. He's in the penalty box, so is Johnson.
He's not happy.
Not particularly thrilled by the whole development here. And he's a pretty in here for FHS. McInerney makes a nifty move at the blue line. McInerney to the zone. McInerney finding a poke check. Penny plays ahead here to Thompson. Now Thompson here for the Blues with a bit of a pirouette. Over here to Penny. In on goal. Big stop by Hoy Hallett.
Wow.